Hello everyone, today we're going to talk about DHCP, which means Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. So what this protocol does is it auto-assigns IP addresses to computers, so you don't have to do it manually. You can put IP addresses on computers manually, but if you work in an enterprise environment, it will take a long time. If you had like 20,000 computers, it'll take you a really long time to assign IP addresses, so that's why we have DHCP. So let's begin. So let's say you have a computer called PC1, and let's say you have another computer called PC2. Let's also put a switch in here. And let's say you just set up this network and you need to assign IP addresses to each one of these computers. You can assign them manually, but you don't want to do that, so you get a DHCP server. Let's draw that in. So how does DHCP work? Let's say PC1 needed an IP address. What it would do is send out a broadcast message to the whole network. Everyone in the network would receive it. And if it wasn't intended for them, they'll drop the traffic. For example, PC2 would drop it. So this message actually is called DHCP discover. Then the DHCP server would offer an IP address. For example, 192.168.1.25. It would then take that IP address and send it back to PC1. So this is what we call a DHCP offer. So once PC1 receives it and it likes it, it's going to send a message to the DHCP server saying, yes, I'll take that IP address. And what we call that is a DHCP request. So once the server receives that, it actually sends a message back to PC1, which is called a DHCP acknowledge, and it'll actually give the IP address and it'll assign the IP, it'll assign the subnet, default gateway, and a DNS server. DHCP acknowledge. So PC1 has that IP address of 192.168.1.25. It can have that IP address, but not forever. It actually has a lease time. The DHCP server actually has a lease time on here. And the reason for that is just in case this computer goes offline, it can reuse it and send it to another PC that actually needs to use it. That way we don't run out of IP addresses because they are limited. DHCP uses UDP on ports 68 and 67, 68 for the clients and 67 for servers. And that's it for today. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Have a nice day.